or slush, and it was always something in between.
That's the word.
And then I came out here, and it was like a drier snow most of the time. And it just got bitter cold. And the last couple of years just haven't been that cold either. The last couple of winters have been really mild. Just kind of like, is that good or is that bad? Well,
it's good in the short term, I suppose. It's good in a way. Yeah, it's kind of frightening.
Yeah, I used to live in Nebraska for a short term, and we had to get snow that we barricade the doors. We had to go outside the back door just to get out.
Oh, wow.
And so, now think about it. I'm 4'11". I've been 4'11" since I was 12. So if you guys are taller than 4'11", and you said your snow comes to your knees, it comes to my chest.
Yeah, totally, yeah. That would not be fun. Yeah. Well, it kind of is fun for a little bit. It's fun for like a day. And then it's like, oh my God, if I get one more soaker shoe full of snow, I'm just going to lose, oh my God, it's fun for like a day.
Yeah, it's good for about a week for me because, okay, I don't have to drive in it. I'm home. I'm great. I don't have to do anything. And then you're just like, okay, I'm getting stir crazy. Let's go do something. And snow needs to go away because it snowed again over here in 2000 or something. And, oh, jeez. But then again, we have not had that big of snow here since that time, too. So, we don't know, man.
I know. So, I moved to Seattle 10 years ago. I should say, too, during the first 8 years of Voodoo Highway, I was dating my wife long distance. I mean, she wasn't my wife then. She lived here in Seattle, and I was in Toronto. We did 8 years of long distance, which was actually pretty awesome in a way, because it both allowed us to concentrate on our careers, which I still think is a big reason why I was able to establish myself. I hate to call my wife a distraction because she's not a distraction, but you know what I mean? It's like
in the best way possible, though.
Yeah, it's like I was able to, focus on this composing career, and that's another little tip too. Is if you want to be a composer for film and TV and stuff, it's a full-time job. You got to do it every day, all day. It's I hear the same advice from people who write novels, like writers. They just say, if you want to be a writer, you have to drop everything else you're doing and just write all the time. So I was lucky to be able to kind of concentrate and do that and everything, and then I moved here. I got sick of being away from her, and we got to a point where there was too many cooks in the kitchen, and we were too busy. We were all sharing one computer for composing, and we were too busy. We were working on too many shows, and it just made sense. And so I'm, again, super fortunate that I can just work at home now. So I rarely get in to actually see clients in person anymore. Because none of the business is conducted here in Seattle. There's not really a big film and television scene here, Mm-hmm. I kind of like it that way. It's kind of nice, especially after a decade or so of just always being in the studio and always being around clients and conducting very large sessions and whatnot. It's kind of nice to just be able to just wake up in the morning and just walk downstairs and just wear my jammies and write some music, Yeah.
Besides doing this podcast, I was telling you in backstage that I'm a freelance graphic designer. I've been doing that off and on since 2005. Yeah. And I enjoyed working at home, but it did get a little not-neat craziness for a bit, so I decided I got myself and that was great. Hey, traffic was not that great. Traffic's nothing in my, in my kitchen. I make coffee, But, and then I decided to get myself an office, and office is great, but it sucks because now I'm trying to keep my hours going and make sure I stay afloat. It's I missed that working at home.
Yeah. Hey, it's a tough balance, and that's one of the skills I had was keeping myself motivated. But I will say that it was harder to keep myself motivated back in the days when we weren't quite as busy as we are now.
Mm-hmm.
Like where I would have 2 or 3 days where there was really kind of nothing going on. That doesn't happen anymore. Like it's easy to stay motivated when you constantly have due dates. Like I was telling you guys backstage, I got to work tonight because I have a thing due tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Toronto time, which is 6 a.m. Seattle time. So I've got to stay up after we wrap here and like do that. So it's easier to be motivated when you're busy. But man, that it's true. It's hard when you're the only one around. It's like, oh, maybe I'll go. You know what? I'm just going to watch one episode of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
Two seasons later.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
I was working with my cousin for a bit. She wanted to do a project, and she didn't. She was texting me, and I told her, "Okay, give me a second. I'm just waking up." He goes, "What are you waking up for?" It's only, I think I was waking up at 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, so I can actually start my work at 10 o'clock in the morning. She goes,
Yeah.
"Well, why are you waking up so early? You work for yourself." Like, no, I still gotta get up and keep regular hours. I got clients I gotta do. But I make sure I take one day off, and that's Sunday. Sunday is no day off. I'm off. Don't do nothing. Just relax, clean house, do something. But I voted Sundays off. Mondays
that's a good point about you got to carve out your own, like, because when you work from home, and I'm not saying my business partners don't share this opinion or anything like that, but let's say some of my friends will say something like, "Oh, come on out for lunch, man. Like, you work from home. It's okay." It's like, no, I can't leave, Or I end up getting certain chores from my wife, let's say, because I work at home. So when you work at home, people think that he's at home. So, but it's like, it's your work zone. It's your office.
Yeah.
People wouldn't be asking me this if I was at another location, at a job somewhere,
Right, exactly.
So, but, it's also a bonus that I can go out for lunch if I want, or I can take a nap if I'm tired, or I can, it's a delicate balance. And also being a artist type, it was difficult for me to master, but after 16 years, I feel like I'm finally kind of there, or whatever.
Right. Okay, we gotta take a small little break. There's another. I gotta take a small break, but before I do, which I'll come back and relay this message. But I was talking to Johnny Reed. He's gonna be on August 10th, and he's also a composer too. Not too sure what all he did. I mean, he told me, but I'm not going to say anything until he gets on the show August 10th. But he was telling me the same thing, that you got to keep going because entertainment is an ugly beast, and you got to keep going at it in order to pay the bills.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So anyway, so let's take a small break, and we'll be right back with more with Kiss is Kill.
Magical Things offers fantasy art for festival and everyday living, featuring the fine arts and craft creations of Marjorie Delaney on practical printed products such as journals, mugs, costuming, wearable art, formal wear, and accessories. We also carry a line of magical supplies, including candles, oils, herbs, and limited ritual items. All items are created in a scenic studio space in Culpeper, Virginia, and available throughout the world online, as well as at festivals and events. Magical Things offers custom creations too, such as costuming, illustrations, and more. Come visit us at magicalfantasy.com.
Well, that was some boring music.
Spike?
Come on, where's the Justin Bieber? Where's the Katy Perry? Where's the Fall Out Boy?
Noddle, you have witch powers. Turn him into a chipmunk and feed him to the owl outside.
I will do no such thing. We're here to talk about our website.
HomeCanineNeutering.com?
What?
No! InvaderPet.com, where people can check out our comic strips or locate bookstores selling bookmarks with our comics on them. So, listeners, want to see comics of me, Noddle the Witch, my pets Kaylee Cat and Spike Beagle? Go to InvaderPet.com and check us out.
Seriously, though, you guys really have a canine neutering website?
Hey everyone! Want to know how you can help Let's Talk About the Music stay on the air and earn some VIP privileges at the same time? Go to patreon.com/LTATM radio to find out how you can get involved. That's Patreon.com. Let's Talk About the Music.
Join us here July 27th on Let's Talk About the Music for a night of musician philosophy. We'll be discussing life as a musician, playing shows, tour follies, and how music can impact the human soul. With our guests Sean Marquette of Maximus, Sean Segura from Serial Obsession, and from Spider in the Hall, co-host Craig Houston. It all gets started Wednesday night, 8 p.m., right here on Let's Talk About the Music.
Spider, guess what?
What?
We are having a fundraiser.
A fundraiser?
Yeah, we're going to have fun with our Sponsor Appreciation Day to help Let's Talk About the Music raise funds to keep us on the air.
Oh, that's right. You and I will go over sponsorship levels, Music Boost, Patreon, on-location packages, and the best part, we are going to introduce all the sponsors that we have right now.
Our Sponsor Appreciation Day will be on July 20th, 2016 from 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we'll also play a few of our music video picks, too.
Don't miss it.
Let's talk about the music.com.
.com.